Are you tired of sitting down to study and then somehow 2 hours later you've reorganized your desk, had 3 snacks, started Googling random facts, and oh yeah, done literally zero studying? Here's a hidden blueprint. Nobody seems to know about how to actually study with ADHD in a way that feels natural, doable, and way less stressful. Now, picture this. You sit down with your textbook or laptop, and instead of that familiar brain fog, distraction spiral, and guilt trip, you actually get into the zone. You knock out the work faster, you remember what you studied, and you walk away thinking, wait, that wasn't as painful as I thought it would be. That's what's possible when you stop fighting against your ADHD brain and start using strategies that work with it. That's what I'm going to show you today. So stick with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to break down exactly why studying feels so impossible with ADHD and why it's not your fault, how to reframe the problem so it doesn't feel like a personal failure, and the step-by-step system you can use every single time you study to make the process easier, faster, and dare I say, kind of fun. By the end, you'll have a clear game plan to try out today, not someday. And if you've been telling yourself you just don't have the discipline you're going to see, that's not even the problem here. Quick question before we dive in. When you sit down to study, what distracts you first, your phone or your own thoughts? I'm curious. Drop it in the comments. I want to see which team is bigger, team phone or team brain spiral. All right, let's be real about the struggle. Studying with ADHD feels like trying to carry water in your hands. You want to hold on to it, you try, but no matter how hard you squeeze, it just slips away. You start out strong, and then suddenly, boom, you're on YouTube watching a video about how long it would take to fight 100 duck-sized horses. Here's why this happens. ADHD brains aren't broken. They're just wired differently. It's not that you don't care enough or that you're lazy. The science is simple. ADHD brains struggle with dopamine regulation. Dopamine is the chemical that makes things feel rewarding, urgent, or exciting. And studying? Yeah, not exactly a dopamine party. Reading a dry chapter doesn't give your brain the same hit as checking a notification, or getting a funny meme, or thinking about literally anything else. So your brain does what it does best, it chases stimulation. That's why distractions win, every time. But here's the reframe. It's not about fixing yourself, it's about fixing the system you use to study. Your brain is like a Ferrari engine with bicycle brakes, tons of horsepower, but the control system isn't built for slow and steady. So instead of trying to grind like everyone else, you design a system that fits your Ferrari brain. Once you do that, studying actually becomes possible. So what does that system look like? I call it the chunk it, trick it, reward it method. Super simple, super ADHD friendly. Step 1, chunk it. Big tasks are overwhelming. Study chapter 5 for 3 hours. Nope, your ADHD brain sees that and checks out instantly, so you chunk it down. Instead of study for 3 hours, make it highlight 1 page. Instead of memorize the whole vocabulary list, make it learn 5 words. When you shrink tasks into tiny, bite-sized pieces, your brain stops panicking. Small feels doable. And here's the cool part. Once you start, momentum usually kicks in. That just 1 page often turns into 3. It's like tricking your brain into sneaking past the resistance. Step 2, trick it. Here's where you make boring tasks more stimulating. Your brain wants novelty, urgency, or excitement. So give it some. Pomodoro timer. Set a timer for 20 or 25 minutes. Tell yourself, I only have to focus until this rings. Suddenly, the task has an endpoint, and that urgency makes it easier to start. Body doubling. Have someone else in the room or even on Zoom doing their own thing. Just having another person present creates accountability and helps your brain lock in. Make it a game. Race yourself with flashcards. Give yourself points for finishing sections. Pretend you're teaching an imaginary class. The sillier, the better it still works. Change environment. ADHD brains love novelty. If you're struggling, move. Study at a cafe, library, or even a different room. New environment, new focus. Step 3, reward it. Remember the dopamine thing? This is the hack. Build rewards into your study routine. Don't just grind for 2 hours and hope you'll feel good at the end. Instead, do 1 chunk, then give yourself 5 minutes of guilt-free phone time, or a snack, or a stretch. The key is to link studying directly with little bursts of pleasure. Over time, your brain starts associating studying with good feelings instead of dread. You're basically reprogramming the dopamine system. How to apply the system in real life? All right, let's make this practical. Say you need to study for a history exam. The assignment feels massive. Normally, you'd sit down, feel overwhelmed, scroll your phone, then feel guilty, then avoid it. Sound familiar? Instead, here's how you'd apply. Chunk it, trick it, reward it. 1 chunk it, don't say study history. Say summarize 1 section of the notes. That's it. 2 trick it, set a 20-minute timer. Maybe grab a study buddy online and agree to text each other when you finish the section. Add urgency. 3, reward it. When the timer goes off, let yourself check Instagram, grab a snack, or walk around. Something quick, something you actually like. Now, you repeat the cycle. 1 chunk at a time, with rewards built in. Suddenly, instead of a 3-hour nightmare, you're doing focused 20-minute sprints. The mountain shrinks into pebbles. And here's the best part. ADHD brains love progress. Once you see yourself stacking wins chunk after chunk, you start building momentum. It feels like a game. And instead of avoiding studying, you start getting a little addicted to finishing chunks. Bonus hacks for when it still feels hard. Now, sometimes even this system isn't enough. So here are a few extra tricks that help a ton. Movement breaks. ADHD brains focus better after movement. Do 10 jumping jacks, stretch, or take a quick walk before starting. It resets your brain. Noise. Silence can be torture. Try background music, white noise, or even ambient. Sounds like a cafe vibe. Test what helps your brain stay engaged. Visual cues. Keep your notes, flashcards, or to-do lists visible. Out of sight, out of mind for ADHD brains. Make studying something you literally can't ignore. Start ugly. Tell yourself you don't have to do it perfectly. Just start. ADHD perfectionism often leads to procrastination. Ugly work is better than no work. Remember, done is better than perfect. So here's the truth. Studying with ADHD isn't about discipline or willpower or trying harder. It's about strategy. It's about building a system that fits your brain. Remember the 3 steps: chunk it, trick it, reward it. Break big tasks into small chunks. Make boring things more fun or urgent. And give yourself rewards so your brain gets that dopamine hit. If you start doing this, studying won't magically be effortless, but it will stop feeling impossible. And that's the shift that changes everything. So here's my challenge. Try the system tonight. Don't wait until tomorrow or next week. Pick one small chunk of your work, set a timer, reward yourself after, and see how it feels. If this video helped you, hit the like button so more ADHD students can find it. And subscribe if you want more tips on learning faster without burning yourself out. And hey, come back tomorrow and comment how it went. Did you manage to study a chunk? Did you actually reward yourself? I want to hear your wins. Deal?